So typically Larry sends text messages that are totally obscure. There's nothing like, there's no answering a typical Larry text message because you have no idea what he's actually talking about.
This is a problem.
Okay?
I gotta fix this.
So, well, no, it's good. I'm trying to find an example so they can hear it. Anyway, I'm not going to read all those texts. But so this morning we get a text that says, it's at 8:46. Mind you, I live 4 minutes away from this office. Are we not starting at 9? That's it. That's the whole text. No punctuation even, which is how I know you were in a rush because you throw fucking semicolons into text. Are we not starting at 9? At Active Life, we believe that the healthcare clinic of the future is the gym.
Everybody starts with the best case scenario in mind.
Never sell anything to anybody who is not in the market for what you have.
The only reason we work out is to create the opportunity to recover.
And the healthcare provider of the future is the coach.
And this is why you guys need to get paid well, because what you're doing is really, really hard work.
Uh-oh.
Did you just say you wanted to have this podcast be about the inauguration?
I don't.
We're not doing that.
Okay.
I just want to be straight. You know what? You talk for him for a second. I left my phone over there and we have to pick a winner from last time.
Got it. Just so you guys know what's actually happening is that there's a garbage truck pulling up outside. And just like the time that he sold steroids out of a bag at a gym, I wouldn't be surprised if he was going to get something from a garbage person outside the back of a garbage truck.
I stepped away for 1 minute. Now I have to tell that story.
Okay.
So I was working at a gym that was your classic commercial gym. And everybody who worked out there was jacked. Jacked. It was bodybuilders who were competing in shows.
So you stuck out like a sore thumb.
I stuck out more like an atrophied pinky toe. I did not stick out like a sore thumb. A sore thumb would be bigger than everything else. So I'm working one day in this, and my boss tells me, hey, by the way, my boss, who you should note, had an office that had mirrors around it, like the gym mirrors where the dumbbell rack was up against his office wall and there was something else on the other side. I forget what it was, but the mirrors were one-sided. So he could see out and people couldn't see in. And he would constantly bang members in his office when his wife wasn't around. So like that's the kind of place that I'm working at, but he had the mirrors so he could see if anybody was coming. It was not a wholesome environment. So one day he says to me, which by the way was a big reason why I left fairly quickly, 6 months. But one day he says to me, hey, guy's coming in to buy a gym bag today. And then he goes right into his office and I'm thinking, we don't sell gym bags. What is he talking about? We don't sell gym bags. This guy shows up, maybe like 2 hours later. Hey, I'm here to buy a gym bag. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah. And he just gives me $750 cash. And he's like, no change. I'm like, I'm so confused. I reached down under the desk. Sure enough, there's a gym bag there. I pick it up to hand it to him. I realize it's not an empty gym bag. He took it. I'm like, all right, I definitely just sold that guy a bag of steroids.
I'm glad you put two and two together. I would have no guess as to what was inside that.
You know what? I guess I don't officially know if I ever sold a bag of steroids. It's just an assumption.
Could have been a dead chinchilla.
That would have been weird, but yeah.
Is there going to be an intro?
What intro?
For the show?
Dude, we introed the F out of this.
Yeah, we introed. We're good. All right. So now what I need to do is we need to go back and pick a winner from last time we did a podcast.
That was from the Sean is Frail contest, right?
That was the one. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, that was really good. So I'm just going to scroll until we find someone.
You're just going to stop, like spinning a globe, put your finger on it?
I got enough messages telling me I was frail that I can do that. Yeah. I'm just scrolling down to them.
Live drawing.
Let's see. What's that?
Ready?
No, I mean, I'm as ready as I'm going to be, but I got to get to where. How long ago was that podcast? Because that week is when I got a lot of them.
It's 3 weeks ago.
January.
First week in January. All right. Let's see. So I think we're getting to it now. Nope. We're not there yet. Larry, if you could do me a favor and drink more close to the microphone so that we can all hear. No, don't, I'm just kidding. That's disgusting. We definitely just lost half our listeners.
I think we probably gained a couple. This is the podcast for that.
No.
All right. Are we really starting this thing over?
No, we're not starting this over. Just because you're disgusting? No. We're still gonna find it.
I'm in Cold Wars. Yeah, it's certainly not going to be the moments of silence that Sean's putting us through. That's going to have us losing listeners.
I mean, I hear you. I can't really disagree with you. I'm having a hard time finding where they all were. Oh, okay. I just clicked on one. Kayla Jensen.
Woo!
So Kayla Jensen wrote code Sean is frail with 2 smiling, laughing face emojis. Loved the episode of Talking with Sean and Larry. It was a nice change of pace from what I typically listen to. Kayla Jensen, you're our winner.
Nice job, Kayla.
Yep. So we'll get you a DM right now. I'm writing you one. Need your address and email, and we will send and shirt size.
Now, for Kayla and the rest of the listeners, what I'd like you to all be aware of is if you thought that this stuff was good, can you imagine what happens when we're not on microphone?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely... I was nervous about doing this show together because of the things that come up when we're not on microphone.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like we gave listeners what they wanted.
Yeah, maybe. So, people seemed to like this episode last time. But something I noticed when you were gone this week, because I forgot you were traveling. So this past week, Larry went on vacation to Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana.
Also, just so you know, we'll work the entire time. Happy about it, but I did go on vacation. Anyway.
Thanks. Great. That's amazing. I'm really happy you threw yourself on the sword for the company there.
Amen.
So while you were away, I was actually coming here to work out a fair amount, and I noticed a bunch of our dumbbells are missing.
Well, I didn't take them to Idaho.
No, but I think they're at your house. You took them in like March.
There are 2.
Is one of them a 50?
Yes. Yeah. Sheila has one as well.
Okay. So
as long as we're throwing people under the bus.
Fine. I'll talk to Sheila. So you went out. I mean, tell me about your vacation. We haven't talked about it at all.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
It was great. There's nothing else to say about it. It's phenomenal.
Okay, fine.
Really, really important week. Learned a ton of life lessons, epiphanies that all of you guys would benefit from. It's not really a topic for conversation.
Fair enough. You were missed.
That's nice of you to say.
Yeah. It was at one point.
Well, let's go all the way in. What did you miss?
Just having another person in the building.
Spirit didn't come by?
No, he did.
Well, that's why I said having another person in the building. It makes perfect sense.
When Sean came, we mostly filmed outside of the building.
Got it.
Yeah, we had Sheila come out.
That was the gray sweatshirt day when you were standing in front of Gentle Brew?
Yes.
Got it.
How'd you not?
Listen, come on.
Did someone text you, hey, no. what is your monkey friend doing standing outside of Gentle Brew in a gray sweatshirt?
what is an atrophied pinky doing in a gray sweatshirt?
Right. We got a lot done. What did we do, like 28 videos over those 2 days? Yeah, we got a lot of videos done. It's called productivity. When you're gone, we can have it.
All right.
So this morning, before, all one takes, all of them. That's not true. This morning, before we were supposed to podcast, you should all. I want to set the stage. Typically, when we're doing anything here at HQ that includes Larry filming, I will be here with Cleary, and we'll be planning. We'll be writing up the things we want to get done, where we want to get them done, how we want them to present, all of the stuff that goes around creating good content, and we know that Larry is responsible for filming much of this content, and then like if we're supposed to film at 9:00, I want you to picture if you've ever watched Seinfeld.
Oh, fuck.
At 8:59 and 46 seconds, fucking Larry Kramer over here comes plowing through the door. What's up, guys? We ready?
How much more time do you need?
Well, I guess none if somebody else is doing all the planning for you before you show up. So this morning, Larry sends a text frantically. I mean, like,
let's read it so people. What a gross exaggeration!
I'm gonna read it.
I don't know your text tone.
No, I'll explain the text tone. So typically, Larry sends text messages that are totally obscure. There's nothing like, there's no answering a typical Larry text message because you have no idea what he's actually talking about.
This is a problem.
Okay.
I gotta fix this.
So, well, no, it's good. I'm trying to find an example so they can hear it. Anyway, I'm not going to read all those texts. But so this morning we get a text that says, it's at 8:46. Mind you, I live 4 minutes away from this office. Are we not starting at 9? That's it. That's the whole text. No punctuation even, which is how I know you were in a rush because you throw fucking semicolons into text. Are we not starting at 9? To which Sean Cleary wrote back, we are. And then I put in an emoji with a pointy finger. And typically when you respond to a Larry text, it's like 5-6 days before you get a response. But this one, there was an immediate on site with a question mark. That one came at 8:51. So the whole conversation took 5 minutes. What was with the frantic nature of texting this morning?
I think there are some things that we have to clear up before I respond to that.
Sure.
First of all, if there's no response for 5 or 6 days, it's because you sent me an answer. Why would I have to respond to an answer? Okay. Second thing. What was the second thing? What were we talking about?
Why were you so frantic this morning?
I'll tell you why. I'm going to be 100% transparent.
No, but actually, you know what? No. Because first, I want everyone to know what an answer is. You'll say something like, hey, are we filming at 9 o'clock tomorrow? Mm-hmm. Yes.
What the fuck do I need to say that?
Okay, got it. I'll be there.
I'm surprised as two very time-conscious people that you would need me to do that.
It's like a send receipt.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Acknowledge that you saw it.
It's exactly.
The send receipt is the acknowledgement.
No.
You didn't acknowledge.
You didn't acknowledge, right.
Okay, well, you're not getting any more from me on that. There's no reason for me to answer an answer. Okay. We're talking about...
All right, then before you get there, we're going to do another prize this week. We'll send another T-shirt out. I need you to DM Larry.
Here we go.
You're going to DM Larry, at Larry the Human.
They need to stay on more. They need to be the true believers.
Yeah, well, okay, fine, Cleary, so we can't tell you yet. I have the code for you. I'm going to write it down so I remember the code, but you're going to be DMing Larry this time. Carry on. So what was the frantic texting this morning? This is
gonna be a raging battle of codes to just win the code war.
No. You got it last time. It's my turn.
All right. There's a really great cafe in town. It's called Blacksmith Breads, and I'd be lying if I said that I did not have a full-blown psychological addiction to driving there and getting their phenomenal things in the morning. Yeah, it's not a physiological addiction to the food. I don't even get anything caffeinated. It's a psychological addiction to driving to a place that's a really nice environment to have something served for you. And so this morning, if you guys weren't going to be here at 9, I was going to donut out of the parking lot to go get one of their awesome things because I didn't get one this morning because I wanted to be on time. The irony, of course, being that I'm usually here at 7:30, 2.5 hours before you get here, except for when we have to film really important shit, during which times I usually come 14 seconds.
What were you going to get
we have to
at Blacksmith today?
Decaf dirty chai.
A decaf dirty chai.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like one word short of being an illegal order.
Okay. So speaking of text messages and responses, I have a friend, she who shall not be named.
Okay.
She's an integral part of a friend group. And at this point, I've had deep conversations with her personally. I professionally mentored her. There's lots of stuff. Great connection there. I sent her a text message because I got her a gift at the airport.
Oh, and you wanted her to say thank you.
No. The text message was, hey, what's your address? Hey, exclamation point. What's your address? Her response was, why? LOL. What are you talking about? To which I responded, what could I possibly be asking for your address for that would be a bad reason? Like what about this do you not trust is a good reason for me to ask for your address?
There's a lot of reasons.
Come on. So she responded, just curious. LOL. And then she sent me the address.
Can you read it out loud?
No.
The address?
No. So the next day, I said thanks. I don't know if I said thanks. That's actually bullshit. I don't know if
You
I said
definitely
thanks.
didn't because she answered you.
Even if I didn't, she responded the next day. She said, hello? To which I responded, yes. And she said, you didn't answer my question. Wait, question, not answer. So I said, what question? About why I want to send something to your address? She said, yeah. I said, it's a surprise, silly ass. You're not, I know I didn't answer your question. So I just thought it was phenomenal that someone would need to ask me why I wanted their address. Like, what kind of mistrust am I generating in this friendship that you would, what am I going to paintball your new house that you just moved into?
It's not about that. I think it's more about people just aren't sure they want to see a naked Larry outside holding a Christmas card around his crotch, waving thank you.
I wish I could say that hasn't happened yet.
That happened?
I thought you were getting the story from the one I sent you.
No, I know that you planned to send a video to Chris of the thank you card.
Oh, already did that.
Okay.
You also sent me a gift card one time for
I remember that.
a thank you, and I sent you a naked crotch covered thing.
Yes, you did.
And then you responded, can't wait for Graham and Phil to check the security cameras today.
Yeah, context for that is last year around Christmas, I wrote Larry a nice card, and he sent me a photo of him holding it, covering his dick and balls.
Danger
I'm sorry,
zone.
what was that?
Danger zone, as we refer to
I
it.
can't hear you. Okay.
I'm glad you couldn't hear. That's coming from the Irish guy.
Well, and so we had just moved into the new space here, and we're renting. And I explained to Larry, I'm like, that I really appreciate that photo. I can't wait for our landlords to see the security camera footage of you walking around naked.
Oh, it was much better when you told it. I'm glad that you took them through that all again. So I know you really wanted to talk about the inauguration.
It's not what I want to talk about. I didn't even watch it. Did you watch it?
That makes two of you.
Yeah, I imagine you didn't know that there was one, though.
That
It's busted. He didn't.
I knew it was happening.
You didn't know it was happening.
Let's spell out what the inauguration was for.
Yeah. What's inauguration for?
Come on.
I'm not saying
Come
you're
on.
dumb. I'm saying
Not
you're
that bad.
So you know what it
It
was
was
for.
for the president.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. General Motors.
Apple.
The United States of
right.
America.
That's right. And I mean, we can talk about it. There's just, I don't know what the hell we would say. But
I certainly don't have anything to say about it.
anything you'd like to add, Clary, to the conversation?
Clear's got
No opinion.
Yes. Whoa.
Zero opinions.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I miss DC. Did we talk about Ray last time on the scooter?
The only thing I know about, we did.
Okay.
I hope.
we
What I'm
didn't?
not.
Podcast.
No?
We got good ones.
We should.
Before you talk about Dr. Ray on the scooters, I would love for you to talk about the day, the day that Dr. Ray had by himself before we got there, during which he walked around DC hungry for an hour and a half. On just the other side of the hill
Okay,
of all
so,
the.
So anyone here who's ever been to Washington, D.C., Ray Gorman, Dr. Ray Gorman, I'm about to sell you out. So we're doing a seminar in D.C., well, in Alexandria at Trident CrossFit. Now I think Trident Fitness. Great gym owners, Andrea Seward and Chris Smith. I'm still buying coffee from the coffee shop that they own, Misha's Coffee. Great, great, great people. Anyway, we're in D.C. to put this seminar on. And Ray got there about an hour and a half before we got there. Right, about an hour and a half? 2 hours? No.
No, he had a day by himself.
Right, he
before.
had almost the whole
So this
day.
was his Friday night.
Right. So we decided to get there like Friday for dinner time. And Ray decided to get there like Friday morning on a red eye. He'd never been to DC before. So Ray goes to the mall, the National Mall, not the shopping mall. And he's just walking around seeing stuff because it's cool. Like that's Washington, D.C. And he could not for the life of him find a place to eat. Every building he looked in was either a museum or a government building or a monument, and there was nowhere to eat, he said. So we get there for dinner time. He's like, oh, I'm so hungry. Haven't eaten all day. And he was stoked for our meal at Founding Farmers. And we're like, why didn't you just walk to a restaurant? It's like, I walked everywhere. I couldn't find
Bro,
one.
there are no restaurants
There
here.
are no restaurants. And I kid you not, every third building right behind the buildings on the National Mall is a restaurant. But Ray walked the other direction and never decided to go back that way. So he just assumed that Washington, D.C. was the only major city in the country with no restaurants.
I got a really good vacation story for you guys.
Okay, tell it. I guess we're going to be done selling Ray out.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to sell another colleague out.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as we're on a roll. So Nick Stram, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Stram.
Runs the Active Life Professional.
He's behind Active
Scrum
Life
account.
Professional. He lives in Salt Lake City. Flew into Salt Lake City for, my first leg of my work vacation.
How many flights did you take, by the way? Or was
3.
it a bunch of driving?
3. Oh, dude, bought my first class ticket. We can talk about that another time.
Bought a first class ticket.
I'm stoked about it.
Wow.
So anyway, get to Nick's house, Salt Lake City. They moved into this is going to be good. They move into this new housing complex that's being built in the outskirts of who knows where, Salt Lake City.
This is where Nick moved to.
Yeah, the construction, half of the condominiums are like skeletons. They're being
Okay.
constructed. Like they're moving people in day by day as they're being constructed. It's insane. You're driving past caterpillars and piles of dirt to get to his place. So we move in there, and there's a nice little room that they put together downstairs. He and his wife did a great job. And there's a nice looking, sizable air mattress there. And they present it to me, and I'm like, oh, nice. And he walks out, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm super tired at this point. I'm just stoked to sleep well. And it's like 11:30, and I walk up to the air mattress, and I put my hands down on it, and the air mattress is 1/3 filled with air. Mm-hmm. 1/3 filled with air.
Wait, so is the point that you're getting at that Nick basically pulled out an air mattress for you? He's like, oh, this would be great for
Blew it
Larry.
up
I
a third
love
of the
this.
way. So I'm like, this is fucking. I try to lie on it. It's
You can't lay on a partially filled air mattress.
impossible. So I sleep. I sleep on the floor for about an hour and a half.
Wait, at night?
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't say, hey, you didn't.
I didn't. Which is my fault. But we're going snowboarding early in the morning. I'm like, I need to crush as much sleep as I possibly can. So I go to sleep on this carpeted floor. I'm like, it's carpet. It's fine. It's flat. I like firm mattresses anyway. It's going to be great. Get like an hour and a half of sleep. I wake up. My shoulder's like, what are you doing? So I go on the air mattress, which is, I don't even know how to describe it. I fall asleep for half an hour, and I wake up at 3:30 in the morning in a position that I can't even describe to you. Visually, I have no idea what my position looked like, but it was bad. So I got about 3 hours of sleep that night. Wake up in the morning. Nick, who needs a lot of sleep, wakes up looking like a freaking spring dandy, like ready to go. He is super refreshed, and I'm like rubbing my eyes, getting ready to do the thing. And he's like, "Would you like some water?" And I was like, "I would love some." And he hands me this glass, and he says, "Yeah, this town has the highest teen suicide rate in the area."
That's what Nick said.
Yeah. I was like, shit. And he goes, they think it's the water. So now I need to determine whether I need to audit my thoughts for the next 48 hours.
Right after he gave you a drink of water.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he drinks out of private well spring water that he goes and fetches in his Jeep that
Does he
gets
really?
9 miles an hour. But he gives me the suicide water. Bathing in the suicide water, drinking the suicide
so
water.
you're telling me he actually drives his Jeep to a well to get better water, and then you
Gives
show
his
up-
guests the suicide water.
suicide water and a third filled mattress.
Ridiculous. Never seen anything like it.
Is there a conclusion?
No, it's just, we got colleagues who need to figure some shit out.
How many days did you sleep there?
Twice.
Did the
Second night, I asked for the pump. And I told him, I was like, 2 things are going to happen. This air mattress is functional, and I'm going to pump it up, or the pump is staying on all night. And you guys are going to have to deal with that. Mm-hmm. Second night's sleep was great.
Which one was it? Stayed on all night or just pumped it up once?
I filled it up all the way.
Okay. So they had an electric pump.
Yeah.
So Nick could not have been lazier than to fill it a third of the way.
I'm going to say Nick because it might have been his wife, and I really like his wife.
No, it definitely wasn't.
It
her.
was probably Nick.
Yeah, it was Nick.
Yeah.
Promo.
All right.
All right, so
No, it's my code this time. You got to go last time. It's my code this
I was
time.
encouraging you to give the shit on Larry code for people.
All right. So we're gonna send a T-shirt to the winner of this week's contest. So you need to send Larry the code.
Can we send someone else the code? You could be whatever it wants.
We should have everyone text Vogel.
That's a really good idea.
Private, though.
Yeah, he might be. Well, he doesn't have a social media. We just give him his cell phone number.
We should do that. That's probably the smartest idea you've had in a long time.
Yeah, I don't think he would. He wouldn't like it. He wouldn't hate it. It just wouldn't be as productive.
All right, I got 1 minute.
To,
Let's do the thing.
Unless he was willing to come here and like read it off himself. So, all right. The code for the T-shirt winner this week. You need to DM Larry.
Which is?
I'm thinking about it.
What's his?
Oh, Larry's Instagram account. What's his Instagram?
Larry_the human.
Larry_the human.
Underscore is a word, a symbol, not a word.
Okay, so Larry, that little line, the human, and you're just going to DM him. What's with the head shake?
Whatever. Go ahead.
You're going to DM Larry.
We're waiting, Doc.
Dude, you're nailing this.
All right.
I'm impressed with
I'm
you.
not. I'm not. I want you to DM Larry. Just right, Larry. Answer him. That's it. ANSWER him. HIM. And it'll be a reminder of you for you to look at your phone and answer your text messages.
Or answer her.
Or her, but no, we're going with the him pronoun.
You go with it.
Nope. Answer him.
Okay.
Fine. It. Answer it.
All right.
No, it's confusing now.
Yeah, good work, man.
Answer him. Send it to Larry in the DM. Free T-shirt. We'll announce the winner next week or next month. Yeah, thumbs up.
All right, good work,
We're
guys.
done. It's a wrap.
See you out there.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Active Life Podcast. If you did, please be sure to head to wherever you listened to it and give us a quality review, as well as 5 stars if you can spare them. If you want more from us, feel free to follow all of our social media accounts at Active Life Professional, Active Life RX, and Dr. Sean Pastuch on Instagram. Remember, at Active Life, we believe that the healthcare clinic of the future is the gym, and the healthcare provider of the future is the coach. We also believe that future is now. Turn it up.